The Hawks trail by 3.
One of the bright young head coaching stars in the league, Frank Vogel, took over the Pacers on an interim basis 3 seasons ago. Immediately paid dividends. He had a strong finish to that season and his first season in a competitive first-round series against Chicago. And that success has continued to build and grow, and Frank Vogel deserves a lot of the credit.
On the court for Indiana, Granger and West at the 4 and 6. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2, and School at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Indiana leading by 3. Hill dishes to Granger. He feeds it to West. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Hill passes to Granger. West working on Brand. West kicks to Granger. Just fine to shoot. Puts it up from 7. And it falls over the rim and in. And Coach Vogel, the second youngest coach in the NBA last season, but he'd been working in the NBA for 15 years, Steve, prior to that, prior to becoming head coach.
Yeah, 5 years as a video coordinator, a couple seasons as an advanced scout, and then 8 years on the bench as an assistant. So he's definitely paid his dues and learned a lot on his way up the ladder.
Here is Williams. After Danny Granger's bucket. Up 3. They get it again. Horford. And again, it's a
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Look at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks. It was a win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage, like they did that night, played it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top. Well, you look at Paul George, my man, PG 24, young swingman out of Fresno State. Boy, he had a terrific year last season. Was the most improved player last season. And the first-time NBA All-Star. You consider how young he is. Just turned 23. He's got the potential to make plenty more All-Star games. And I think he could ultimately be a defensive player of the year at some time in his career.
Here's Granger. After the made shot from the kid. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Hawks trail by 3. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Earlier, I spoke with Frank Vogel. We talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how he'll have to work for them dealing with him. He said Horford's
George, the 10th pick back in 2010. What a terrific find for the Pacers.
Well, he was already a good player, but I think the injury to Danny Granger last season created the opportunity for George to really emerge as an all-star. And that's exactly what he did. Dangerous inside and out, excellent defensive player. What a swing. The offense is so dominating.
Feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense.
And now, Harry the Hawk. Uni's check in. And here are the Pacers now. They trail by 1. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Surprising victory. It looked like they'd go easily, but they came strong in the fourth. That was big-time momentum that they carried all the way to the win. That was an exciting finish.
Yeah, they couldn't have done it in more dramatic fashion. Just coming back and winning there at the end. Just an incredible win.
Now, here is George. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. West, covered by Brand. The dish to him. Pocket 6. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Outside Milton. The kid. Brand passes to the kid. Millsap kicks to Williams. And it's off from three-point range. For Indiana. rebound. Horford's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's the kid. He's guarded by Hill. Here's the kid. Can't hit.
You know, you look up and down the Pacers roster, and in every position they have size and a player that's willing to be physical and mix it up. You throw in a guy like Paul George, who's one of the elite rebounders in his position. It's not hard to see why the Pacers were #1 in rebounding percentage last season.
Shots good by Williams. Williams has got 5. Indiana's gone 4-6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Swiped it away. Shots good from the kid. And the Hawks lead by 2.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. That's not something you should get away from.
Now you mentioned the Pacers. They do add size everywhere on their roster. And it's not just numbers on a sheet with them. They all know, Steve, how to use their height and weight to their advantage to work to their favor.
Yeah, the length at every position is impressive. Not just Hibbert protecting the rim, but Paul George with those long arms out on the wing. George Hill at the point plays a lot of height. So this is a team that is very good rebounding the ball and defensively.
Indiana making some changes. Roy Hibbert's checked in for rest. Hill comes in for Danny Granger. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Paul George. Now here's Hibbert, averaging 12 points a game. Under from outside. It's rebounded by the kid. The Hawks lead by 4. He dishes it to T. Takes the lead pass. Scott. And he was fouled.
It's a score. And one more.
Changer now for a 3-point play.
Scott.
That's Barnes for just a
One shot.